Wrap this up, I want to ask you two guys a question. Now, we know the woke movement is actually hurting the NBA in terms of ratings. Now, what about this COVID situation?
Okay, it's not a movement.
You said it's not a movement, and because guys, I'm sorry, we're all over the place. We didn't really prep for this. It's supposed to be done tomorrow. Then I said, hey, listen, let's do it today, man. It's the iron is hot. Let's definitely strike it. All right. So, all right. In their minds, Kenneth, we know it's not a movement, but in their minds, they think it's a movement. You know. So, what about the COVID aspect of it? Because I look at there's a large segment of the population, you know, that are sports fans, that are business people, that actually got their lives destroyed because of COVID and all the numbers that's been thrown all over the place. You know, like you go into court, right, and you tell the judge a lie, he catches you in a lie, then all your credibility is pretty much gone. You know, so it's the same thing with me. Yeah, you can. I don't think they'll go to that extreme depending on what it is, though. But if you're lying in court, your credibility is shot. So we heard a lot of these numbers from Fauci and on these guys. 2 million dead. Now it's 80,000. Then they're all over the place with the numbers. So a lot of people, you know, millions of people have, especially a lot of small businesses, got their lives destroyed because of COVID. You know, they don't believe them at all.
What is your question, sir?
So do you think the COVID? Because I look at, all right, all the players in the bubble, Berick, right? They got tested for COVID. You know, they're symptomatic. They have no COVID-19 coronavirus at all. So why are they still wearing masks, one? And two, when they do the post-game interviews, why they have this microphone like 6 feet or 8 feet away, like they could possibly still catch the COVID, but everybody in the bubble has no COVID. You know,
listen, so the reason why this is the case is because you put together a protocol where you test these players right the day before the game. You should be testing this, but I'm going to get into this in the NFL when we talk about the NFL. But the bottom line is you're setting up a certain protocol, and you have to establish 6 feet of distance. That's it. So it doesn't really matter whether or not you think they can catch it or not. Okay, well, the bottom line is this is what we're going to do. We want people to see we're following protocol.
Yeah, but you can understand. I mean, there's another dynamic to that, though, in terms of the COVID destroying people's businesses. I mean, because even now in New York City, we have the governor and mayor just announced, and Kenneth and I were talking about this about 3 hours ago. They announced closures in certain boroughs, certain zip codes, which is angering a lot of, and Kenneth said it will be bloodshed because these people had their business. And listen, a lot of people who doesn't have a business or didn't start a business, it's hard, man. It's a lot of sacrifice. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of time. And for somebody to come in and just try to take it away like that, you know, it's not going to ride well.
Can we agree that COVID is just a flu or a cold? Can we agree on that?
It's a coronavirus. Yeah, it's a coronavirus.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a cold. Yeah.
Knowing that, this country primarily hyped this up to a whole point where it was drawn out on political lines. The Democrats would just push it and push it and push it, and the Republicans would say, hey, it's a cold. I mean, come on, it's a cold. But what made the Democrats' case so believable is that there were the deaths, okay? Not only were there the deaths, there were the cases. President Trump came out and said this: stop testing people. If you stop testing people, cases will be lower. But if you stop testing people, then those people who are infected will go infect everybody else. So the bottom line is that everybody is reacting to every news that they hear because of liability purposes. If they say, if the CDC says you have to practice social distancing, guess what? You have a microphone here, 6 feet away, I'm talking to you, okay? Why? Because of the liability. God forbid someone gets a cold and it turns into COVID, the first thing they're gonna say is that news reporter was four inches away from me when she should have been social distancing, I have a case to sue. So this is about liability, okay? But I always say this, and I won't stop saying this is about COVID-19 crony capitalism. That's what this is about. If this was really, really bad, we would give away the PPEs. If this was really, really bad, we would legitimately shut down until things got together. But it's not. So every single day, you have to wear a mask in New York City. If you wear a mask on public transportation, you're good. If you don't, you get fined. Now, all of a sudden, there are clusters now. There are clusters of people who are infected. So, you know, those people go to other areas in the borough and infect other people. So, I mean...
Yeah, but are they, what was it, what, are they sneezing on people? Achoo! 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 I mean, what the, you know what I'm saying? This is all ridiculous.
You can just be simply breathing in
yeah, but those viruses die within like seconds. The sun kills them off.
Apparently, this does not die in seconds. This one's dying after 7 hours, apparly. So
I don't listen. Well, how come these homeless?
This is almost like a COVID TV series, you know, chapter one.
No. I mean, because it is. Listen, that's gonna be that is gonna be an issue come next year. Because I think I was talking to Berick before this. They're not projecting a vaccine until next year. You know, so the main thing was to try to get a vaccine going, which is not going to work.
What's the use of getting a vaccine if ain't nobody going to take it? I'm not going to take it.
No, it's a lot of people. Yeah, listen, anybody out there with the mask is subject to actually taking it right now. You know, it's like the Matrix, the blue pill or the red pill, and you have Lawrence Fishburne explaining to Neo.
Sir, let me ask you this question. Suppose if a member of your family died of COVID, and now you've seen the actual effects of them dying of COVID, and they weren't on a ventilator, okay? They died of COVID, okay? Now, common sense says you're going to do everything you possibly can not to die the same way. So you're going to wear the mask and the proper PPE.
Yeah, but the mask doesn't work. I can show you the CDC studies going back into the 80s. They don't work.
Listen to me carefully. I don't care what you can show me. The bottom line is that if a member of my family died, I'm wearing a mask. Why? Because of the fear. Now, you can sit back and educate me.
All right, what about the flu? We have 80 to 100,000 legitimate flu deaths every single year. Do we wear a mask for that?
You see, you're not understanding. You can give me all the statistics you want, but if someone in my family died of COVID, I'm wearing a mask. I don't care about your statistics. Why? Because your statistics is not going to bring back my dead parent.
All right. No, listen, I hear that, but death is inevitable. You know, what about if my brother gets hit by a car? Will I ever not drive a car again?
Okay, you're not hearing me, okay?
No,
I'm not hearing me, but you're not hearing me.
Not a fair comparison. It's not a fair comparison.
It's the same thing. It's death, Berick. What are you talking about? It's death. It just comes to us all in different ways, you know. But
okay, let me ask you a question. Do you know how many ways you can die?
What did Method Man say? 6 million ways to die, right?
Okay, that's a song, sir. We're talking about reality. That's a song. We're talking about
I don't know, man. Maybe like. Listen, maybe 300 or 400 or something like that. A lot of different ways you could.
I think there's over 295 ways to die.
Yeah, I said 300. Yeah.
Okay, so we can't compare a car crash or car accident to a virus. When there's so many other ways you can pass away. Yeah. At the end of the day, what can you do either way when the person has expired? How the police say, they like to use that expression. When a person has expired, what else can you do but mourn and try to make sure you send that loved one off the right way? And from that point on, move on and conduct yourself in the best way you can, which is kind of similar to what everything else is going on.
I'll tell you one thing, man. Because it is, people are scared to go to the hospitals and they're actually dying because they're scared to go to the hospitals and get treatments for certain things. We have a lot of suicides with people getting their lives destroyed from this. People in Africa are starving to death because of these lockdowns. The UN actually admitted of almost like maybe, was it 5 or 6 million people are starving to death now?
Yeah.
Not because of COVID, because of the lockdowns. So, I mean, we have to really, really think of not imploding society. Final words, you two? We're going to end this segment.
Yeah, no. I'm with good. I just think we just had to cover the NBA ratings and why it dropped. And I mean, as far as everything else is concerned, you know, it's just going to have an impact on everything right now. Right now, it's just what we got to figure out is why it's an impact on sports right now at this point. But yeah, I'm good to go.
Okay. All right. Let's we'll wrap this. We're going to wrap this up. If you like the video, please comment, subscribe. Smash the like button there. Share it. Sharing is caring. When you